Yeah, I know this stuff could be a little overwhelming. There's a lot of information coming your way. But the good news is that the people you're around right now, you guys should really like talk to each other and kind of brainstorm and mastermind amongst yourselves, because you never know who in the room will be the next Brandon Carter, Connor Murphy, AJ, and the guy that's about to speak. His name is Monte, aka the Skinny Guy Savior. He's been in every single fitness magazine you could count. Bodybuilding.com has a whole profile on him. And he has been in this game for over 12 years. In fact, we learned a lot from him. Elliot Hulse has learned a lot from him. He's kind of like, we like to call him the OG of fitness marketing. Am I saying that right, Brandon? OG? Yeah. Okay, cool. You check, yeah, you say, okay. He is actually has made over 7 figures online for over a decade, which is incredible. He really was, I think, like the pioneer of this. And he also currently coaches 60 guys that are some of the top fitness entrepreneurs in the world. He's awesome. He's going to drop a ton of knowledge on you guys today, so make sure you take notes with that pen and paper you have. And I want to get a nice loud, I know you guys can do better than you did last time. Loud welcome for Vince Del Monte.
I appreciate that.
Sounds good.
What's up, guys? You guys sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations for being here. All right, you guys made an investment into yourself. And when you guys do your social media, your Instagrams, your YouTube videos, do you ever tell your people thank you at the end of the video?
No.
Why not?
Good question.
You never thank them at the end of the video. Why? Because they're already invested. So I never say thank you for coming to this event. You're already invested. I say congratulations for coming to this event. I don't need you. I'm doing this with or without you. That's why I don't say thank you. Does that make sense? You guys have to be so clear that you're doing this with Brandon or without Brandon. You're doing this with your coach or without your coach. So first thing I say when I get on a call to find someone to come into my mastermind is I ask them, are you doing this with or without me? Why do I want to ask that?
For motivation.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Like Grant Cardone says, commitment unlocks creativity. All the good ideas start flowing. Are you guys starting to get some one-liners, by the way? Start writing them down, because I'm the king of one-liners. All right. I'm the king of sound bites, but they'll unlock ideas for you. And I'm going to give 11 or 12 people a little gift at the end for the best ones. Okay. All right, so that's something I've learned. You've got to get people to commit, all right? What I want to do right now is share with you guys a video, and this video is going to show you what I do now instead of tell you, all right? The most powerful way that you guys can get people committed to your cause is by showing them what you're doing with or without them. I could do 8 pitch calls a day, and if every single person says 0, it doesn't matter. Why? Because there's 8 billion people in the world. I'll go find somebody else. I'm doing this with or without you. Now, is that compelling or is that convincing? That's compelling. Convincing is when I'm twisting your arm. It's when I express that I need you. All right, so you guys have to have this dying belief that I'm doing this with or without you. All right, that's the number one thing. When I started my online business in 2005, I told my dad, and he said, really? You're going to be a personal trainer when you're 35? And my dad didn't believe in me. Should I have got mad at him for not believing in his son? Why not? I had to make him believe in me. You have to make the people around you believe in you. Want to know why? Because they're toying with you. They're testing you. You're telling them something, but your actions aren't in alignment. So they think you're a jokester. So once you commit to doing this on your journey over the years, you will start making believers out of people. And people want to find others that know what they stand for. Who wants to follow somebody who's wishy-washy? Imagine going to war with a commander that kept bouncing from strategy to strategy. He's going to get you all killed. Fortunately, in business, if we make mistakes, we don't get our arms and legs blown off. In war, we do. But you have to have that mindset. All right? So what I want to do is share with you guys a video. And this video is of one of my coaching students. Does anybody know Jay Maxwell? Okay, he's been around for a little while. And you guys have probably noticed I'm not putting out as much YouTube content anymore. Does anybody notice that? What we're really focused on is focusing on the quality of the content. All right, and this is how we're filling my mastermind. All right, and what I want to show you guys is that this is what you guys all need to do. If you want to blow up your brands, you need to find, even if it was like literally 5 people over the course of the year, you have to create what we call epic proof of demonstration. All right, epic proof of demonstration. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You guys, you don't even got that. Demonstration of proof. Epic demonstration of proof. All right? Epic demonstration of proof. All right, so can we hit play?
Oh man, we made it.
Dude, this is amazing, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. I never knew the first car that I would ever buy wouldn't even be for myself.
I'm here with one of my top coaching clients, Jason Maxwell. And you're not gonna believe what he's about to do. So you're gonna have to stick around until the end of the video because it is so amazing, so inspiring. But before you see what happens, I want you guys to have Jay take you back in time and tell you his story on how he's built a successful and profitable online business.
Yeah, so I actually kind of fell into becoming an entrepreneur. It's kind of crazy because my mindset was always super small. I grew up in a really small town, 3,500 people, and I grew up really poor actually. When I was 18, I lived in like a 500 square foot, it was a house, but it just felt more like an apartment. And I was living with my dad, my sister, and my brother, so the 4 of us there. And it was only 1 bedroom, so my brother had to share a bedroom with my dad. My sister slept on the floor in the hallway, and I slept actually outside in a tent in the backyard. So I grew up with nothing. So I went away to university just because I knew I had to get out of that small town. I knew I wanted more, but I didn't know what I wanted. So I went away to university and I really got into fitness and I became passionate about it. But I went to school for aerospace engineering and I was like top 3 in my class, doing really well. And then I graduated and I had all these professors coming up to me and they're like, hey man, can you become my graduate student? I want you to be my master's student. And I just said no to all of them and they're like, so what are you gonna do? And I said, I'm gonna be a personal trainer. So I went away to become a personal trainer, didn't go into the industry, and my mom thought it was crazy. She was like, you're nuts, like you have this amazing degree, why are you gonna go be a personal trainer? I was making $16 an hour, but I knew it was my passion. And I started writing about it online and I started building a following, and I had all these people coming up to me being like, you gotta release a program, and I didn't know how to release a program, so I just put one out there and then crickets. I didn't make my first sale for like 3 months, I think. But then when I made that first sale, I was outside and I came home and I checked my ClickBank and I saw that first sale, and then that's when my mind changed. I was like, you know what? I can make this work. So then I started working hard, started researching it, and I quit my job as a trainer and I moved halfway around the world to this little country called Malta, living in the Mediterranean, and it was amazing, and I built up my business there. But I still had that small mindset, where I was like, okay, if I can just make like 60 or 70,000 a year, but I live in this country where the cost of living is lower, I can live like a millionaire on like a really, really small paycheck, small salary. I lived in the Mediterranean for 3 years, and then I came back and I met Vince. And Vince was like, dude, you can do whatever you want. He expanded my mind, because I had that, you know, that poor ass mindset, that low income family mindset that if I could just make like 6 figures a year, I'd be happy with my business. But Vince is like, you know what? It's the same amount of work to make 6 figures a year as it is to make 7 figures a year. He opened up my eyes to something, to a world that I never thought even existed. And now I'm putting it into reality. The past 2 years, I've just been writing a book, but I had no idea how to monetize this book. I just knew that I wanted to write something, but I always kept putting it on the back burner and just doing all these other projects and spreading myself thin. But Vince was like, no, work on this book, get it out. So it only took me a few months actually, and here it is in my hands. So it's insane to feel this and like listen to the sounds of the pages, and just knowing that now I want to sell 100,000 copies of this book. I know that I want to sell 100,000 copies, and I know how I'm going to do that. And it's a liberating feeling. Oh man, we made it.
Dude, this is amazing, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. I never knew the first car that I would ever buy wouldn't even be for myself.
Beautiful. I'm gonna put all that stuff together here. I've already got your insurance, bill of sale, contract, promise sheet, and your safety. So everything that you need. Looks good. That is for you, sir.
Dude,
You are free to go.
thank you so much.
No, thank you. Hey, bring
This
it
is
in, buddy.
amazing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your business.
Yeah, my dad's gonna freak out. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you take a video so I can see his reaction.
Okay, I will.
All right?
I appreciate you letting us in on your life and sharing this with us, man.
Yeah, I was gonna do this anyway, so the fact that we got it on camera was just amazing. Like, I can't wait to give this to my dad. It's gonna change his life, man.
Yeah, you know what, and that's what this is all about, right? People see the cars in terms of like the life, the fantasy life you're living, but at the end of the day, if it's not impacting the people that you love the most, what's the point?
Yeah, well, that's like the motivation. Like, I know what I want to do, and the reason I want to do it is so I can, you know, help out, you know, my family and, you know, my future family, generational wealth, like all that stuff. And to be honest, I never really thought it was possible until you kind of like opened up my mind to it. They always say you can't pick your parents, but you can pick your mentors. You can pick your coaches. So I picked Vince. I can pick who I want to look up to, and Vince is my guy that I look up to. So not only did Vince change my mindset, but he also, you know, looked at the gaps in my business, and he's putting me on this path, helping me to get to where I want to be. Because now I always had a vision, but now I have the path to get to that exact vision, which is like, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Fear is the path to freedom, right?
Yeah, you're the one who taught me that, and I'm living that today. It's crazy.
Enough faking a life that you're not really owning, all right? You can't fix what you fake, and you can't conquer what you don't confront. If you guys want to have a bigger life, you guys have to charge into this. All these guys had a little fear in their gut, and that's okay, all right? So click the link below, apply. You and I will jump on the phone to see if you're a good fit for our 7-figure mastermind. And if you are, we're gonna get you into the room, and then we're gonna give you your marching orders so that you can take your business and your life to the next level. Do it right now.
Nice.
All right, moving, right? Right, we can all do that. Where do we start? Whose transformation do we start with? Our own, all right? You've got to transform first, all right? People don't invest into other people that don't invest into themselves. And you guys are all invested. That's why I said congratulations to you guys. And one of the biggest things that you guys take away from this weekend is that you pick one coach, all right? It doesn't matter who it is. Let me ask you guys a question. If you're to jump out of a plane, how many parachutes do you jump out with?
2.
Right? You don't want to make it down, right? This is classic Grant Cardone. You got too many mentors, man. You're listening to too many coaches. You're jumping out of the plane with too many coaches. You're jumping out of the plane, you got 3 parachutes, you don't know which one to pull. You're crashing. You're killing yourself, man. You don't have to pick me, but pick one. That's the number one thing that you guys have to decide on at the end of this weekend, all right? One coach, one mentor, one path, all right? So I want to get into how I'm growing this coaching program and how you guys can take what I'm doing right now with just your phone. All right, this is crazy. Does anybody do Instagram stories? We're going to shift and talk about Instagram stories right now, and I want to show you guys how to start making money right away this week. All right, who's not doing Instagram stories? Okay, you're going to start today. Has anybody watched my Instagram stories? Okay, well, you need to start because I'm the best. Nobody else is doing what I'm doing. And that's not based on what I'm telling you, it's based on what my coach has told me. Who knows what EPF is? EPF, earnings per follower. This is a metric that you guys want to know. Earnings per follower. I think Ty Lopez came up with this. I don't know. Somebody told me he came up with this. And I think he said that a good EPF is 25 cents. You guys want to know what mine was in February? And that was just a little less last May. $10. I don't have a big following compared to some of the, Christian Guzmans, Bradley Martins of the world, all right? But I have a very highly engaged following, and you guys have to first understand that not all clicks are created equal, all right? So, in the month of what I'm only showing you this to impress upon you how crazy you will be if you don't start this right away. Not to brag, because we're going to go higher, but this blew me away when we started doing it. So, I have an $18,000 mastermind, and I charge $1,700 to get into the room to see what it's all about. So I'm selling a high ticket program, so that helps. But does anybody sell anything over $200? Okay, so for everyone's got their hands up, this is going to be for you, but even if you don't, you'll be able to utilize this at some point in the near future, and you want to start doing it right away with, even if it's a free report or even if it's to get comments, you'll be able to still replicate what I'm going to show you. All right, but if you have something you're selling, you can implement this starting today, and you'll be able to start making money right away. So in the month of May, we had 15 people come to the mastermind at $1,700 a head. Somebody do the math for me. And we had 9 sign up. Somebody do the math for me on those two things. 15 times 1,700.
25,500.
And somebody times 9 times 18,000.
162,000.
Or 25, sorry. Sorry?
162,000.
What's 162,000 plus 25,500? 187? All right, well, at the time I had about 18,000 followers. So how do you calculate your earnings per follower? You take how much you earned in the month and you divide it by the number of followers you have. So somebody divide 187 divided by 18, it's 10 bucks. See how I got that? All right, we did that again in May. It was a little lower. It was $125,000. And the reason this works so well is because when I do my Instagram stories, I am speaking to one person. All right, one person and one person only. And that's the person who's on the fence, who's about to make the leap. So you're talking to the person who's about to apply for your coaching program. who's about to buy your first product. All right, so you're speaking to one person and one person only. So I'm going to give you the structure that I use from Monday to Sunday. Would that be helpful? Yes. I don't have notes, so you guys are going to write like crazy. And you guys are going to take this all down. And you guys are going to make this your own. And it's so simple. It's actually really fun. And there's a number of benefits here. Before I go into the structure, do you guys understand that we're living in the golden age right now of Instagram? Do you understand how insane it is right now? Instagram is the new email marketing. You know, you can ask Brandon years ago when we did email marketing, you know, open rates were like 30, 40+%, click-through rates were over 20%. I mean, you just send an email and it rain. Back in 2011, we did my wife's launch. We made $300,000 in 1 week with 4 emails, no split testing, no launch prizes. It was like a completely different world. All right? Instagram's kind of like that right now. Now, there's 3 reasons for that. 1, people have to opt in. If you watch my story, what do you have to do? Go on your phone. You have to think about me. You have to find me on the scroll bar. Then you have to click the button. So I'm not invading you. You're coming to me. Is that powerful? So 1, they're essentially opting in. 2, they're interested. I don't check out people I'm not interested in. All right? So you have attention, right? Money follows attention. So if you're not making money, what don't you have? So what do we need? All right, where's people's attention right now? All right, 3rd thing. Now that we've got them there, are there any ads running on the sidebars? No. There's 0 ads. When you're watching my stories, it's you and me. It's just like this. So we have each other's undivided attention. All right, so that's why Instagram stories is so powerful right now. All right, so here's what we're going to do. On Monday, this is the structure. All right, and we'll go through this, and I don't even mind. You can open up for some questions to figure out what would this look like for me in a second. Every one of these stories is approximately 90 seconds. All right, at first you might be like, oh man, this is taking me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So there has to be a period in your day where you're investing into what I call your personal foundation. All right, you have to be drinking good quality water. All right? If you're dehydrated, how are you going to quench my thirst? You know what I'm saying? If people are thirsty, people are just, people are dying, people are craving, and you're not nourished, you're not hydrated, how can you feed somebody else if you're starving? So how do we feed ourselves? With nutrient-dense foods. But in this world, it's nutrient-dense information. All right? So you guys all have daily disciplines where you guys are reading books, listening to podcasts. You guys have like 1 or 2 people you kind of go to kind of get inspired. Before I came up here, I'm listening to Pastor T.D. Jakes in the back. I got all of his words, his lines coming into my head before I come up here. It puts me in a different state. All right? So you guys got to keep the well full. Does that make sense? You guys got to keep your well full. If you're like, I don't know what to say today, it's because you're not keeping your well full. You're not investing into yourself, so no one's investing into you. So you got to carve out that 15 minutes a day where you're reading a book, you're listening to a podcast, whether it's Grant Cardone or whoever your guy is, Ty Lopez or Ed Milet or Andy Frisell, whoever your guy is. For me, they're pastors, Stephen Furtick, T.D. Jakes. I bring in living water. And then when I'm not putting in the good water, that's when my stuff sucks. And you'll do a post and you're like, did that even go live? There's it's like crickets, right? So that's really important. You've got to be, as Stephen Covey says, keeping the saw sharp, all right? Or else you're not going to be able to axe anything down. So none of this will work if you're not doing that, if you're not looking the part. And obviously we can all get better, right? I've been doing this for 12 years, right? So what's really cool with the Instagram is you get to practice on how to communicate, right? You get to hit record. You got to put yourself out there. You'll see the response. So you get better and better the more and more you do. That's pretty cool, right? So you get that instant feedback after you put it out there with comments, with hearts, with questions, with sales. So what happens as you start to do this is you start to see which messages resonate the most. And you're like, oh man, every time I talk about fear and how fear is the path to freedom, fear is the path to freedom, I get a massive response. See what I'm saying? Whenever I talk about don't ask what it's going to cost, ask what it's going to cause, I get tons of people DMing me because I'm saying something that's resonating, right? Whenever I talk about how comfort is a curse, my inbox gets blown up. Why is comfort a curse?
Makes you stay where you are.
It keeps you in the familiar. Is comfort from the devil or is comfort from God? Who? Comfort is from the devil. It's from the deepest, darkest pit of hell. Because when you're comfortable, you're not charging forward. You're stuck in your career and you're not moving to your calling. It's called dysfunctional comfort. You get comfortable in your dysfunction. And we have to move away from that. But to move away from that, we have to embrace the unfamiliar. Does anybody feel a little like, I feel like I'm in uncharted territory right now? Good. It means you're in the right place. It means you're in the right place. It means you're leaving your comfort zone. All right? If you're not a little bit uncomfortable right now, you're in the wrong room. Fear is good. Fear is your ally. All right? Fear is your ally. You know who your enemy is? Being familiar. That's your enemy. All right? Because now there's no opportunity to grow. All right? Does that all make sense? A little mindset stuff there? It's very important to get that. And when you start getting that and you start living that out, you can preach that authentically. It's easy for me to sell an $18,000 mastermind because I pay $50,000 a year to learn from my coaches, Craig and Bedros. There's some congruency there, right? Vince practices what he preaches. He can say those lines with authenticity. So one of the caveats of you guys doing this, and make me a promise right now, you will not teach anything that you're not living out. Because now this forces you to go into your story, right? And when you go into your story, what do we want to share? Do we want to share the highlight reel? Nobody wants to hear the highlight reel. People want to hear about the storms. Why? Yeah. People want to hear about the scars. Because the scars produce the strengths, right? So when you start to share a story, then the message actually kicks in and makes people, oh, wow, I got to move. Vince just invested again. Vince is losing $20,000 a month right now in his ad spend so that he can buy the data and split test his way to $10,000 ad spend a day. That's what's happening right now. I'm losing a lot of money right now, but I'm committed. I'm committed to getting one of our funnels to $10,000 ad spend a day by August. Because I'm going to be standing in front of my coaching students and I want to show them, here's where we were, here's where we are. So I have to live out all these cute man-made quotes. It's fun to go to the Grant Cardone event and start saying money follows attention. It's another thing to actually do it. So when I was at that event, I'm like, I can't go on Instagram right now and start telling all my followers to like start doubling down on their ad spend. So I had to send the message on Slack to Robbie and Mike, who do our Facebook ads and YouTube ads, and I had to give them the order. Double the ad spend. Double the ad spend. I'm like, but we're going to be going in the hole even more, Vince. I know, but we need the data. There's no other way forward. And now my students see, oh, Vince is living it out. He's going forward. What's the best quality of a leader? A leader knows the way and shows the way. A leader knows the way and a leader shows the way. So if you want somebody to follow you, you got to just show them, here's how we get there. If you're selling fitness, if you're selling muscle building, if you're selling golf, if you're selling dating, you got to put yourself out there. Look at what Connor does with the girls. He puts himself out there. How can you not want to like take advice from him? He's making himself so vulnerable. That's what leaders do. All right? Can we go back to the strategy? All right, cool. So it's very important that this is coming from a place of authenticity, or none of this is going to work. This is a tactic. I'm giving you a tactic right now. The tactic will work when you get better at living out the messages that you start teaching through these days. All right? Here we go. Monday is called Monday Motivation. So this is the day we give everybody, at least the guys, a swift kick to the nuts. All right? They drank too much on the weekend. They chased bad women on the weekend. They spent too much money on the weekend. They fell off the diet on the weekend. They're not feeling the best on Monday morning. So what are we going to do on Monday morning? We're going to get them pumped up, and we're going to encourage them to start living up to their full potential. So Monday is Monday Motivation. You're going to come in on Monday morning at 6 a.m., and you're going to go for 90 seconds, and you're going to get them pumped up, and you're going to tell them what they need to do today to start living up their full potential. All right? So that's their call to, the call to action is going to be to, if you're ready, all right, listen very carefully to these words. It's not this. If you need some help, send me a message and we can see what we can do. While your voice is going really high like that. It's, if you're ready to make the leap and see if we're a good fit to coach together, send me a DM right now. We'll jump on the phone. We'll find out where you are, where you want to be, how you're stuck, and if you're a good fit for us to work together. Is there any confusion about what's going to happen when we get on the phone? It's crystal clear. Did you get that, I think, third word there? If you're ready. Don't contact me if you're not ready. If you're ready, send me a DM. All right? Not swipe up. We're controlling the narrative. Send me a DM. Here's what's going to happen when we get on the phone. We're going to see where you are. So if you're selling a fitness program, we're going to see where you are, where you want to be in 6 weeks from now. Who's got a fitness program? How long is it, Dustin?
12 weeks. If they're paying full 16.
Awesome. So we're going to see where you're at, we're going to see where you're at, where you want to be in 16 weeks from now. And we're going to see why you're stuck, and we're going to see if we're a good fit to coach together. Because now they know coaching is what? An investment. This isn't a freebie call. All right? And then what we're going to do when they say send me some information, what are we going to do next? We're going to send them our calendar link. They have to book themselves in your calendar. All right? This is going to weed out the tire kickers. All right? And then you're going to have instructions for them to put in their pain points so you know what their pain points are before you get on the phone with them. And they're going to call you. All right? They're calling an expert. So they're calling you. When you get on the phone, what's the first sentence you say? Congratulations. That's good, sure. Hey, Dustin, great to talk to you today. We're not going to talk about the weather. We got the weather app. We don't need to talk about the weather. We're going to get to the point. Dustin, it's great to talk to you today. Today's call, we're going to find out where you're at, where you want to be in 16 weeks from now, how you're stuck, and we'll see if you're a good fit for my 16-week transformation blueprint. Sound good?
Yep.
Sounds great. Get to the point, state your intention. Now they know they're talking to a professional. All right? Nobody wants to say no to a professional. It's easy to say no to an amateur. All right, so that's Monday Motivation. The CTA is to contact you, to sign up. And what we're doing here, guys, is this is called skimming the cream off the top. So all of you have people that are currently following you. And it could even be what Grant Cardone calls your PB. You guys know what your PB is? Yes, thank you. Who said that? Awesome, Brian. Power base. Your friends, your family. It could be people that already know you. That's fine. That's where my initial transformations all came from when I started my online business. It was people I knew in my gym, people I trained, family members. You're not going to say my aunt, and that doesn't matter. It's a transformation, somebody you help. So you're going to skim all the cream off the top. This is how you're going to get some net profit. So people are going to say, yo, yeah, I've been watching your stuff for a long time. I'm ready to go. What's involved? How do we do this? Sweet. So that's how you're going to put some profits in your bank account by the end of the week. If anybody does this, send me a DM so I can send you a little congratulatory note. I'll even give you a little tag and a shout out too. Yeah?
Before we get on the call, how do we know if the person has the money for
Great question.
You know, if I have, let's say, 10,000 followers, there's going to be at least 100 replies. But how do I pick out those 100? I'm not going to get on 100 calls. How do I know?
Well, are you even getting on 100 calls right now?
Am I getting on them? No, I'm not.
So don't worry about that. All right, you're not getting 100 calls. And if you have 100 calls, you're going to take all 100 of them. Are you in a position to turn away the money? No. So that's a question we don't even need to worry about. All right, but what we are going to say at the start of the call is, hey, before we get going, can you promise me one thing? At the end of this call, will you promise me to give me either a yes or a no, but not I need to think about it? Because you and I both know that I need to think about it is a polite way of saying no. And if we're not going to coach together, no problem. There's 8 billion people in the world. I don't need you. I'm committed to helping 100 people this year lose the body fat, build the muscle. If you're not ready, no problem. I'm on to the next one. You guys have to have this ingrained in your head. You don't need these people. They need you. And when you say that at the start of the call, they've already realized, like, I'm not giving this guy a no. I need to think about it. I closed 2 guys in the airport. This guy had to close them 4 times. I said, bro, you want to know why your coaching program's struggling? Because you sell the way that you buy. You sell the way that you buy. If you need to think about it, as soon as you get on the phone with the guy that keeps saying, I need to think about it, you're going to be like, yeah, I always have to think about it too. Fair enough. I wonder why I'm struggling. Oh, I need to talk to my wife. Oh, yeah, I got to talk to my wife all the time too. Okay, cool. Dude, I don't talk to my wife about anything related to money. I'm the king in the family. The king doesn't ask if he needs to spend the money. All right, she trusts me. Now, this takes time. Is anybody married? Anybody married in here? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So you guys want to know the 3 magic words when you're engaging with the wife? When I told her I'm spending 50 grand to work with Bejos and Craig, and it's paid in full, and there's no money back guarantee. Trust me, baby. Trust me, baby. Does your wife tell you, where's the married guys? Do you need her permission for how much you spend on her birthday gift? Do you need permission on how, where's another guy? Do you need permission on how much you spend on her Christmas gift? She trusts you. She doesn't trust you yet. So, trust me, baby. Then you get a coach like Brandon. Brandon's going to give you his marching orders, right? You're going to take action, not action. You're going to take actions, massive actions, and you're going to go get that money, and you're going to go buy her a car. And she's going to go, keep going, baby. Go to that event. All right? Go to that one too. Don't worry, I got the kids. I'm dying here, but it's okay. You go. Kids are killing me. It's okay. You go. Go get the money. All right? This is where we're going. All right. Where was I? So, Tuesday is teaching day. Tuesday, teaching day. This is where you drop a big knowledge bomb. Just teach one thing. Maybe who's a keto guy? All right, so there we go. Brandon's going to teach something about, did you know there's 4 super fats that will get you shredded? And he's going to just do a teaching segment, a quick teaching segment. Teach me something awesome. Just blow my mind. All right, teach me something valuable, something I can implement right away. This is what I want you to do today. Today, instead of eating those carbohydrates, I want you to have this for breakfast. I want you to have 8 ounces of beef. I want you to have some hot sauce. Put it with 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, and then add a bit of 3 eggs, and then don't have the carbs for breakfast. And I want you to tell me, how do you feel at the end of the day? Something like that. Oh man, I had that meat and not breakfast. It was so good. I was so clear. What did you do to me? Oh man, you gotta get the keto plan, man. You gotta jump on keto, man. This is how I feel all day long. I'm up at 4:30, man. Those carbohydrates, they make you sleepy. You gotta get off those carbs, man. They make you sleepy. I love carbs, by the way. I think my blood type's carbs. Tuesday's teaching day, all right? The call to action can again be for your coaching program, or it can be your $7 program, $47 program, or it can be, hey, what do you want me to cover next Tuesday on Teaching Tuesday? And call it that. What do you want me to cover next week on Teaching Tuesday? All right? and they can send those comments in, and you start getting that engagement. Instagram loves when you're using all their features, right? So that's Teaching Tuesday. And then we go to Wow Wednesday. So this is where we do social proof. All right, so this is the day you're going to talk about one of your success stories. Now, why is it important to have this in the week? Because it's going to force you to make getting transformations the core part of your business. So I had a guy, and this forces you to now start thinking in advance. Okay, shoot, it's Wednesday. Oh man, do I have anybody to share? So you're always focused on transformation. So because yesterday, I had a crazy day yesterday, I had Tyler Ryan, one of my coaching clients here in New York City, was at a J Capital's event, and I said, yo, when you're in New York City, can you go to the top of the rock and film a video for me and just say how awesome I am? Just tell them how much you've made since we started working together. I just put that video up. It's on my Instagram story right now. You can go watch it. And it's his video. And then at the end say, hey, I actually think I forgot to do the CTA today. But the thing is, hey, if you want to get results like Tyler, if you're struggling to put the money in your bank account, if you're struggling to lose that last 10 pounds of body fat, if you're struggling to build those biceps, if you're struggling to lose the first 30 pounds of fat, if you're struggling to get your nutrition order, so if you're struggling like he was and you want to make the same decision that he did, then contact me right now. We'll jump on the phone, or you can just send them to your offer. Swipe up and buy my program. But what we're doing at the end of the day is these are called commands. I am commanding them what to do. That's what a leader does. I'm not saying, if you want, you can check it out, or go to my website where I got 20 million things going on and try and navigate as if I have time. You tell them one thing, one call to action. It's crazy. I've got guys paying me all this, and I'm like, dude, you're doing 3 calls to action in the last 50. Oh yeah, man. So what you guys should do is you guys should all get buddies in here and say, hey, let's watch each other's stories, and you guys can send each other feedback. You did 2 calls to action, man. It's only one call to action. All right, so that's Wow Wednesday. And on that day, you can get creative. That's where you can do the screenshots. You can, color them up and just show that you're consistently the coach that produces results. All right, your business is based around getting people results. All right, and when they see more results from you than anybody else, Brandon does a phenomenal job at this. Transformation after transformation after transformation. It's like, it doesn't matter what the haters say when he's got the proof. It doesn't matter the attacks he's going to get from now forever to come because he's got the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Right? What'd I say? Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, Thursday's a fun one. Thursday's called Throwback Teaching Day. So this is fun because this is the day you teach what you first wish you knew, or let me phrase that better. This is what you wish you knew when you first got started. This is what you wish you knew when you first got started. So when I first started in, nutrition, I wish I knew the value of a coach. I wish I knew that you have to stick to the workout plan for, let's say your program's 16 weeks. I wish I knew that you need at least 16 weeks to get a great transformation. See how I'm pre-selling the 16 weeks? That's my program, 16 weeks. I'm already planning that idea that I wish I knew that you need at least 16 weeks to transform a body part. You know what I'm saying? Now when they hear, 16 weeks, they've already 4 months, this sounds like a reasonable amount of time. I need to get more committed. Oh, cool, she's got a 14-week coaching program or 16-week coaching program. So that's Throwback Thursday. Okay, Friday's pretty cool. This is called Freedom Friday. This is what you guys are all going to do tomorrow. Freedom Friday is where you project your fantasy life onto the world and you link it back to the program that you sell. Hey guys, I'm out here in New York right now hanging out with Big Brandon Carter and Connor Murphy and Rudy Mayer, AJ, some of the top guys in the industry right now. It all came back to me making this one decision when I was 25 that I was going to quit my job as a personal trainer and start my own thing. If I hadn't made that decision way back then, 10 years ago, I would not have the freedom to be here right now. I'm going shopping. I just got all these clothes here, and we're having this awesome dinner, eating 16-ounce ribeye steaks, not looking at the prices at the restaurant. Oh, and look who's coming. Oh, hey, what's up, man? You're here too, yo. So you project the fantasy life. I'm a horrible actor. But see what I'm doing? So this is called Freedom Friday, so that you have to connect your product to why you're living this kind of life. See, I didn't think I could live this kind of life, but when I started investing in myself, I started going to the gym and I started doing the reps and I stuck to the workout and I went all the way through, then all of a sudden I started to see myself differently and I started taking these bigger actions, which has led to me now, I'm actually thinking about writing my own book. Can you believe that? I never had any intention to write a book. I'm like, holy cow, this guy's interesting. I want to follow this guy. This guy lives a cool life. So on Friday, we call this Freedom Friday. Project and just obviously make it real, right? You know, just make it authentic. Make sure it's something that feels right for you, right? And that, remember, you can't fix what you fake, right? So, Saturday. You guys getting a lot of one-liners, by the way? Yeah. All right. All right, so we call Saturday Elevation Saturday. This is when you hang out with a celebrity. Or you just hang out with somebody of higher status than you. This is where you hang out with somebody who elevates your credibility. So maybe it's just a jack guy at your gym. Maybe it's the guy who's been there for 20 years. He's the older guy. He's just fit. And maybe you go and say, hey, man, how much does it cost to get a workout in with you? And you get a lift in with him. And then you're like, you guys are like taking a photo. Yeah, this is my buddy here. Yeah, we just got a great arm workout in. And like, that guy hangs out with you? Really? Interesting. I thought you were a bit of a goofball, but if that guy hangs out with you, I thought this guy was a bit of a clown, This guy's really cool. Wow, that guy hangs out with you? Huh, maybe I'll check you out. So what you're doing on Saturday is you're elevating yourself. You're hanging out with somebody of stature, somebody of, heck, it could even be like for me to hang out with my wife. It's like, who married Vince? Vince has got a wife? How do you pull that one off? You say, oh, Vince has got kids? Oh, wow, I see he's a father? Vince is a father? See, you can use different kind of things. Or maybe you've got like just like a really awesome mom, or you maybe have a brother or sister. Like it can really just get creative. But think about like the people in your life. You all have valuable people in your life. And just start to showcase that you're a cool person. All right? So that's Saturday. Sunday, I call Sunday Spiritual Sunday, but this is just where you do like a redemptive message. All right? This is kind of one of those messages of forgiveness where, hey, man, you had a tough week, you didn't stick to the goals. It's all right. Been there before. It's okay. Let's hit that reset button. All right, let's get focused. It's a new week right ahead of us. So if you guys ever see my stories on Sunday? So I go to Elevation Church with one of the best pastors in the world, Pastor Stephen Furtick. And what I do to give you guys a little bit of an insight is my best ideas come when the worship music's on. All right, it just unlocks all these amazing ideas, and it's really, really powerful. So when I am there, I'm taking the music that we're listening to, and then I listen to the sermon, and then I take all my favorite notes. So I'm making notes during the sermon. And you guys, if you're not someone of faith, totally cool. But maybe you got your guy. Maybe it's Gary Vee. Maybe it's Ty Lopez, and maybe you're listening to one of his videos. You get, oh yeah, those are good. Those are good. Those are good. And then you add those motivational messages on top of some music, and it makes the entire experience completely different. Anybody are brave enough to admit they got a little tear in their eye when we watched that video? I did. Yeah. It's moving, right? It's moving. All right, that's how people take action. So, one of the cool things even with the Instagram stories is there's 3 things that make a great video. Do you guys know what they are? What are the 3 things that make a great video?
Motion, lighting, filters.
Okay. Kind of.
Story.
Think more tactical.
Emotion.
Okay, you guys have to write this down. 3 things that make great videos. 1, props. Was the Maserati a prop? For full disclosure, the Bentley on my page, the Maserati, those were rented. I don't own those. All right? I am car shopping right now. That's the God's honest truth. 2 cars on my radar, but those were props. Okay? Number 2, laughter. Laughter. It's the most underrated tool in video. You got to get people laughing. You got to have fun. You got to have a friend like Rudy that you can easily make fun of. And he can make fun of me. We have a good time together, right? And the third thing, music. There's a reason I do my IG stories with music in the background. One, it inspires the words, the feelings, because the music I listen to means something to me. All right? So those are the three things you need to start adding to all your videos, your promotional videos, your YouTube videos. Those are the things that will make great. Think about, imagine watching Braveheart without any epic gladiator music. Or gladiator, you know what I'm saying? Imagine watching some of those great movies without Hans Zimmerman, whatever the guy's name is. You know, think about watching any of the Christopher Nolan movies without those epic soundtracks that are just like, oh my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps right now. You guys can all start doing that with your stuff. Was this helpful? Yes. Was that helpful? Good. So what you're going to do, more tactics here, is you're going to film this video on your phone with your video recorder or whatever, and then you're going to use an app called Cut Story to break it into segments. All right, and then you're going to add the text on top of it. Aim for 90 seconds. If it's like a minute 45, 2 minutes, don't worry about it. Here's the opportunity. It's not this strategy. It's like, oh, I got this strategy. It's pairing up with a buddy here and having each other watch, you two watch each other's stories and give each other feedback. Oh, that was a really good one. Didn't really know what you were saying there. Like, you have to give someone permission to speak into your life. Craig speaks into my life. He sent me an email the other day, and he goes, Vince, I love you to pieces, but as your brother, as your coach, please don't do any more videos on nutrition. And I kind of like, that kind of hurts, man, because I've been a fitness guy for 10 years, and because I was talking about mineralized water and why you got to start eating the liver because it got the copper, and I've just found out I got a mercury problem, and it's causing the copper to get leaked out of the system. So now he's like, that's not your specialty. That's not your specialty. Nobody wants to watch. Again, it depends on your niche. Actually, I shouldn't say that. For me, I don't need to talk about nutrition because it's not my expertise. If you watch my stories, you see three things: muscle building workouts, business, and family. So what you guys want to do is you want to control the narrative. We've kind of lived through a little period where Gary Vee was kind of preaching the whole don't create. What is the finishing? You guys know the rest of it? Don't create, document. I don't like that. Why don't you think I like that? It's a whole idea of just creating content based on all your thoughts, but when you're giving me all your thoughts, in my mind, that's just thoughtless. Control what you want me to see. If your business is showing them how many calories are in the Chipotle, sandwich, that's fine. That's totally fine. There's a market, and that might be the thing that is what your audience wants. Just get clear on what your audience wants. All right? If you're all over the map, it's just people are like, I don't even know what this guy stands for. All right? Nobody wants to follow a wishy-washy leader. Okay, good. Let's pause right there and open it up for some questions. Does anyone have any tactical or personal questions that they want to ask on this strategy?
For call to actions, is it just on one specific day?
Great. It would be, so what days do you think get me the most sales?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. This one and this one. Yeah. Those are the biggies. People contact Mondays and Wednesdays, we get a huge uproar. All right, so really keep focusing on producing better and better wow content. And now this strategy, you could even do this on your Instagram page. I only do this on my Instagram stories, but you could replicate a very similar model with your photos and with your videos. Okay? Yes?
Is it okay to combine any of the days, or do you avoid that? Like, I get a lot of testimonials, so is it okay to spray them throughout the week, or better to just save them for one day?
Yeah. Structure equals freedom.
What's the exact CTA again if you're ready to make the leap?
Okay, so what are you selling, Brian?
Yeah, fitness coaching.
Fitness coaching? So if you're ready, how long is your program for?
12 weeks.
12 weeks? Was it fat loss, muscle building?
Muscle building.
Okay. How much muscle in 12 weeks?
12 pounds.
Okay. So if you're ready to make the leap and gain your next 12 pounds of muscle in the next 12 weeks, then send me a DM right now. And you and I will jump on the phone and see if you're a good fit for my 12-week muscle building blueprint. DM me right now. I look forward to talking to you. 15 seconds. You guys got to get good at this. You got to practice, practice, practice. How long does it take to get rusty?
A day.
3 hours. When I was at the Grant Cardone 3-day sales boot camp, he's got all of his soldiers just pitching, closing. These guys are ruthless. And they talked about what they do before each sales day. Every day, they role play for 24 minutes before 9 a.m., and they do it 2 more times throughout the day. These guys are doing 150 calls a day. The take home there is that you get rusty every 3 hours. So to think that you're like, oh, this doesn't work, Vince, because you're rusty. You got to get better at it, and that's why you need that feedback. Anybody else? Yes?
I'm pretty much starting from scratch, short of having 6 months of personal training experience, so I know this stuff is going to work. Just in terms of, I guess, some direction of where to begin. There's so much to do. It's overwhelming. And even though I'm deploying patience, I understand that it's
all right, great. Thank you, man. How much time do I have, guys?
You're good for another 10 minutes if you want it.
Well, I want it, man. All right, there's 2 things that we need if we're going to get to our number. It's really simple. I'm actually going to do it with you, and I'm going to do it with somebody else in the room. Kyler, are you still here?
Yep.
You ready to do some work?
Yep.
All right, come on up. We're going to do you first, though, okay? All right.
You want me to come up?
Yeah, you come on up, too. Let's do some work. All right, it's really simple, guys. This isn't like actually, he's like, oh man, what's he going to teach? What's he going to do right now? It's really basic. So, to become a millionaire, you need 2 things. Millionaire math and millionaire path. You need the math and then you need the path. All right? So we're going to do some work with you. Okay, where do you want to be in 12 months from now?
In terms of
Finances.
100 grand.
That's $8,333 a day. All right? What do you do right now?
Personal training.
Okay. What do you
Corporate gym.
at a corporate gym? Mm-hmm. So you want to hit 833 at the corporate gym?
Well, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm transitioning to online business, because it's not going to happen without killing myself doing that. So.
Okay. So do you want to get there with your corporate job or with all online coaching?
The corporate job is more like training wheels to transfer to online coaching. I want to do it all with online coaching.
Okay, so let's work with online coaching. I'll talk to you about the phase out process, okay? Because I phased myself out of my job as a trainer over 2 years. I didn't do the gun to the head thing. I didn't take the risk, I took the calculated risk. Big difference. All right, we'll get to how the phase out in a moment. So $8,333, what do you charge? What are you going to charge for a one-on-one session online?
Online?
Or it's like a monthly rate, sorry.
For monthly subscriptions?
Yes.
Haven't determined it. I'm going to aim on the higher side just because.
Give me a number.
I will say
I need a calculator.
$1,200 a month, which includes custom meal plans, workout plans.
Rudy, what's 8,333 divided by 1,200?
Oh man, I don't know.
He's a multitasker. It's good.
What is it?
$8,333.
Yes.
So you're going to charge $1,200 a month?
I mean, to be honest, I really don't know what that number. I don't know if that number is absolutely ridiculous or.
And what are they going to get? Are they going to get massages as well? Visits to the home?
For $8,000, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, but no.
Are they going to get a personalized fitness workout?
I figure custom the swing the angle is custom meal plan. Everybody does that. Personal training, everybody does that. But full access to me 24/7 over via the phone. If you have any questions or concerns, like I'm always accessible, like a lawyer.
Okay. First of all, you never want to do that. All right. You're going to cap really quickly. What's the going rate for one-on-one coaching right now? A month. For online coaching,
150 to 600 bucks.
150 to 600 bucks. Why don't we go 200?
Okay.
200 a month. And you're gonna write them a meal plan, you're gonna write them a workout program, and you're gonna give them email support, and that's all.
Okay.
They're gonna get a new workout program on the first of the month, and you're gonna tweak their nutrition. They're gonna get a jumpstart package with a ton of information and education package. They're gonna fill out an application, and you're gonna tweak their program every month.
Okay.
All right? The way you're gonna do this is you're gonna offer 2 packages. It's either gonna be 4 months or 6 months. 4 months is gonna be $197 a month, all right, with a 4-month minimum commitment. Or they can pay in full for 6 months for $997. All right, so now when we're on the phone, it's not, do you wanna sign up? It's, would you prefer to go 6 months or 4 months? Great. Would you prefer to pay in full or monthly? Great. Would you prefer to start today or tomorrow? Great. You never give them a yes or no option. It's always either or. That's called the either or close. All right? So what's 8333 divided by 197 or 200?
833. What is that? 833
Divided by 197.
42.
So you're 42 clients away from quitting your job. All right? When do you want to be there by? 12 months?
I mean, I tend to over expect a lot and not be patient. So I mean, ideally 6 months based on just my first thought is 6. My first goal is 6 months. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's unrealistic.
Okay, what's 42 divided by 6 months? So he has to get 7 clients a month. All right, so this is what we call your MIN. You guys know what an MIN stands for? Most important number. Now, could he even go more granular than 7? So you need to close 7 people every month to be having a 6-figure business in 6 months. That's called your MIN. Now, what's your closing rate when you get on the phone with somebody? If I give you 10 people to talk to, how many are you going to close?
It's all kind of just in the trenches, just approach people in the club.
Okay, so how many are you going to close?
On the phone, I can close 3 to 5 out of 10.
Okay, so we'll go 3. So if you're going to close 3 people, so you need to talk to what's that, 70? Or what's the math there? How many people does he need to talk to? So he needs to close 7. Is it 40? 25? So if he talks to 25 and he closes 30% of 25 is 7? About that, yeah? This is horrible, guys. Holy cow. What? 21? 25. Okay, so you need to be on the phone with 25 people a month. All right? How many people? So this is now your new MIN. All right? Now let's take it one last step. Of all the people you talk to, what percentage of them say, I'll jump on the phone with you when you do your call to action? So you go up to someone in the gym, how many people do you need to talk to? Or DM? You guys are with me, right? Mm-hmm. Whether you do this on the DM or on the gym floor, it's the same thing. It's math. Okay?
You mean?
You're going to go up to people in the gym or you're going to DM them. How many people will convert into a phone call?
1 out of 5.
Okay? So 1 out of 5. All right. So how many people? So what's that? What's that?
125.
All right. How many days a week do you work?
6.
What's 125 divided by 6? 20? So you need to be talking to 20 people a day. So you will never hit your goal unless you're DMing 20 people a day or talking to 20 people on the gym floor a day.
Okay.
All right, let's give him a hand. Okay, Kyler, you ready?
Yep.
All right, so where are you at right now?
Where am I at right now? What's my goal for
Where do you want to be at the end of 12 months?
200?
200K. All right, so let's work it out. 200K is where he wants to be. That's all online, and you want to phase yourself out as well.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about the phasing out in a second. All right, so what are you charging a month?
For online training, $150 a month. For online training and nutrition, $250 a month.
$250 a month?
Yeah, with a minimum of 3 months.
Okay, so what's 200K divided by 250 a month? Sorry, 200K divided by 250 a month? or actually, sorry, 200K divided by 12. Let's get the monthly first. So 16K, right? You guys remember the last one? So 16K, this is what he needs to be making a month. All right, so if he's got people at 250 a month, 16K divided by 250, how many people is that?
48.
48?
No.
42?
64.
Somebody get it for us?
64.
How are you doing that in your head?
64. Well, 250 to a grand is 4, so 16 times 4 is 64.
Okay, there you go. So 60. I don't know if it's right, but we'll keep going. Okay, so 64 clients. So if you got them all on, say, a minimum package of like 4 months, then a lot of these people will renew as well. But if you just had these people go monthly, you're 64 people away. And you said you want to do this over 12 months, right?
Yeah.
So what's 64 divided by 12?
Is 5.2.
Okay, 5. All right, so you need to close 5 people a month. If you went like linear.
Yeah.
If you went linear, if you had no rush, you're like, you know what, I'm good, I want to maintain quality control, no problem. I want to just go 5 people a month. I want to phase myself out of my gym job. And then what you can do is once you're at 100K, so once you're at the halfway point, you could say go to full-time hours to part-time hours so that you can keep the gas pedal down. And then you could give yourself a deadline. As soon as I get 3/4 there, I'm out. You got to give your guys self the hard deadline. So you're working against the clock. Does that make sense? So you're out of your job in 1 year with 64 clients at $250 a month, making $16K a month. How's that sound?
Good.
All right, good work. Good. Let's give him a hand. So before you guys fly home, you guys got to do your millionaire math and the millionaire path. Now this was the business model for higher ticket coaching. All right, that's just one model. So who was the first guy? What's your name, man? James? Awesome, James. So this is the path. You said there's so many different options. You have to just pick the path that you're going to take. High ticket coaching is the example we did. There's other business models, but for the sake of time, we just played those numbers out. All right, you got to know your numbers. All right, and this is how you sell the wife. You know, this is how you sell the girlfriend. She's like, how are you going to do that? It's a good question. I'm glad you asked. Number 1 rule in sales, I'll give you guys another one. Always agree. I totally agree. I knew you were going to say that. Do you mind if I share how? Yeah. You're going to break down the math. Man, you thought this out. All right, go for it, honey. All right, so you guys got to know your numbers. Clarity of vision, clarity of path. All right, I think we're about out of time. Can we do a quick see who had remember all the different one-liners, and I can gift out some gifts. Sure. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I want to give away a few things, guys, because you guys were really awesome. I've got 10 issues, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 issues of a program called Maximize Your Muscle. Just speaking of millionaire math, we have 500 people that receive this every month. It's $47. It's one of my membership programs. How we set this up is you can get a free 30-day trial. And at the end of 30 days, if you don't cancel, you get billed $47 a month. This includes a workout of the month and M5 mentoring in the 5 M's of manhood. All right, that's what this hat stands for. The V is the Roman. All right. Good, Jackie. Good job, buddy. Shout out there, right there. All right. So the 5 M's of manhood are muscle, mindset, money, mission, and marriage. All right. The 5 M's of becoming a better man. So let's start. First come, first serve. Let's just hands up. We're going to give away a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, Dustin.
Don't ask what it's going to cost. Ask what it's going to cost.
Awesome, man. There you go. What's your name?
Allie.
Allie. Yes.
Comfort is a curse.
Comfort is a curse. Beautiful. You going to marry an M5 man or what? She's going to marry an M5 man. She's looking for an M5 man. All 5 M's. All right. Yes. What's your name?
David.
David, yeah.
A leader knows the way and shows the way.
Awesome. Yes.
Consistency creates creativity.
Commitment.
Commitment.
Unlocks creativity. All right, we'll give it to him. Good, good. Let's go to the back. Yeah. Sir, go ahead.
Money follows attention.
Money follows attention. You got it. There you go.
Keep your wealth full.
Sorry?
Keep your wealth full.
Keep your wealth full. Awesome. Yeah, so we're running out here. Go ahead.
Don't teach anything that you don't live.
Don't do anything that you don't live. Awesome.
Fear's your ally.
Fear is your ally. I love it. There you go.
Appreciate it. Structure equals freedom.
What's that?
Structure equals freedom.
Structure equals freedom. There you go. All right, I got 2 more guys, and then we're done. So we'll go to the back. Yes. Well, and I know you're a married man, so I saved the hat for you, man. There you go. What was it?
Make the people around you believe in you.
Make the people around you believe in you. Yep.
Fear is your personal guide to freedom.
Fear is the path to freedom. Good enough. Thanks. There you go. All right, guys, thank you so much. You guys were awesome. Yeah, I would just recommend you guys start following the Instagram stories. And if you just take away that one thing, start implementing that right away, you guys will start seeing an uptake in conversions, customers, profits. So thank you so much once again.